Go.
Good evening and welcome to the Brain Trust, a roundtable brainstorming session every Wednesday night here on the Academy Debates channel. And joining me tonight is Placeholder Films and Chairview and Cassie the Ragdoll and possibly several others throughout the night as we discuss how to make sex robots great again. I'm not sure it fits on the hat and you can't say Msurga, but guys, your thoughts?
Yeah.
It depends on what level of functionality we're looking for. Are we looking at just a single-use utility item, or are we talking like an automated housekeeper type thing?
See, I was thinking that earlier. Are we talking economy or luxury?
Features.
I mean, I suppose
Let's make a robot wife.
I want power everything.
I'm surprised it could do. I'm sure it could do both.
Hey,
if you wanted to do both, I mean,
if it can clean my house and lay me, I'm good. I'm happy.
Come on now, you know the male sex robots aren't gonna.
That would destroy our population. Everybody who had money and potential, all the poor people would keep repeating. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But all the rich people would stop.
Not necessarily.
Be like, I can program you not to bitch.
Well, hang on. Here's the thing. It depends on how far out into the future we're looking for this item.
Yeah.
We're researching and we have some very promising results about things like artificial wombs.
Now, imagine this. You get home and your house is clean and you sit down to play your favorite video game and your robot just comes up to you and pulls your shoes off, puts your feet up on the ottoman and starts rubbing your toes.
No. That's where you lost me. Right there.
Well,
don't touch my feet.
Maybe not toes, but I don't know. I'm on my feet a lot, walking.
I am too, but I just have a thing. Don't touch my feet.
I'm the same way.
Okay, then rubs your calves. How about that?
No.
Just a nice little calf massage, that lower leg.
The robot comes in, gets on all fours, and you get to use it as an ottoman. There you go.
And then later that night, let me ask you this: do you think that the existing models have easy clean and easy maintenance features?
Dishwasher safe.
Well, I know that
Do you just you pull out a tray or something?
I'm pretty sure the current sex robots that they have, it's basically a pocket pussy inside there.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know how that device works. How do you?
I'm assuming it's.
How do you clean it?
You run water through it.
I wouldn't know how to clean those. I know how to clean a vibrator.
So that's easy.
Well, here's what we could do. Here's what we could do. We can invent a side product to accompany this device, an added feature that's almost like DLC if we really think about it. Its own standalone washing machine that it cleans itself with.
All right. Now, are we objectifying human beings at this point? Because I feel like we are.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, it depends. Like, it depends on your worldview. Anything within the world can be considered an object within it because it interacts with other objects.
We're objectifying the functional value of human beings. How about that?
Now, do you think...
No, we're not. We're emulating it.
Okay, if the robot's non-sentient at this point, that is. Okay, and
we're not emulating it. We're just talking about potential designs, so we're definitely objectifying.
But let's say you have this really aggressive asshole dude, okay?
Okay.
Hold on. Let's say the robot's non-sentient. Do you think that it might reduce the rates of actual rapes that happen?
If it's affordable.
Yeah.
Because they got the...
I can see that.
They have that robot brothel now.
Oh my God! How do you clean it? I'm sorry. I'm kind of like I'm weird about those kinds of things.
Okay.
Robo douches.
A pocket pussy comes out, and you can just put it underwater and run water through it. That's how you clean them.
Well, here I mean, I'm assuming that they're using like making at the brothel using rubbers because that makes perfect sense to me. So
Yeah.
the things won't get messed up.
Just like with the regular one, I'm sure.
Yeah. I'm just like,
Okay.
but technically, we objectify everything. If you really think about it, if you look at somebody, you can decide on if you want to talk to that person within the first 15 to 16 seconds of seeing them.
Mhm.
So,
I find that terribly interesting and completely irrelevant because I'm totally past it.
yeah, I know.
Let's go on objectifying.
Yes, let's.
Here's how you clean it. If you want your pocket putty to last for long, then you should soak it in soft soap and toy cleaner.
I thought you had to use vinegar.
You're supposed to soak it and then let it air dry. And then this guide recommends putting powder on it. I'm like, okay. What?
I have questions.
I know.
For that guy?
It seems like too much work.
Yeah. Yes, it does.
We need an actual robot to come talk to us. So we're one of those AI guys. You know, can we get them in the chat?
Yes, please. Explain this to us.
My luck, we're gonna get Jay.
Oh my god, I'm reading this thing, and this thing is how to. I was wrong. This thing is how to Silicon Wise luxury sex dolls. Okay, how to clean your sex doll after use, and it actually says to give it an enema or a douche.
Oh God. Oh dear.
Can you imagine the cheapo that's gonna go like 6 times in a row? But I'll clean it later.
Oh God. Ew, ew, ew.
No.
It'll be like that 4chan story about the jar with the My Little Pony thing in it.
The guy has to go to the hospital and like have a like blanket around him and his sex doll because he's stuck.
Oh my God.
Use the squirting
that's gonna happen eventually.
Yeah, you apparently just
real quick, Egg. I just want to say there will be no robo waifus because 3D women are irrelevant.
if they're like $1,000 a pop, like one-time use would be bullshit.
Yeah, no, yeah, I'd like some sort of self-cleaning system that sucks everything into a tray, and then you just pull out the tray and you clean it up, and you run some fluids through it, and it's good.
Still,
that would be the ideal system.
That's why I don't get these guys that want to use sex robots. It's like, just use your hand, damn it.
Well, okay.
Well,
No, they want to be extravagant.
Yeah, they want companionship.
they have the current models, and I've actually read about this. The current models have like something like 200 personality prototypes
Oh
programmed,
god.
and everything.
Okay.
From, like, and some of these personality prototypes are just really programmed to like a rape scenario.
Yeah.
For example, you can actually program your sex doll to resist.
Yeah, but imagine you're doing that with the robot, and then the cops come to your door, and you're like,
I get
swear,
that. I put the extra $2,000 into the really lifelike model, and she fucking went in and testified against me.
Yeah. That was a joke. Is that
Oh my
they made a
God.
joke that they had one that if you tried to rape it, would call the cops on you.
She applied for a restraining order.
Well, you know what's scary about that though? It's with the way Siri is now, how like listening into your conversations and it sends your conversation to someone else. Imagine it sent the recording of your sex session with your robot to someone else.
Yeah, you of course. No, this is a great venue. If the government really wants to get in on people's personal lives, they can have like the NSA fund sex robots to make them cheaper for the general public and just put recording and internet devices in them. Yeah, come on.
I see. Yeah.
Can we program it to be like, did you take out the garbage tonight? You're like, no.
I swear to God, there's going to be FBI agents at my door any minute now.
That's all right. You're just on a list.
I know.
So
No,
I'm on
no
I'm
snooze,
looking
snooze.
on Twitter while we're talking, just because I'm a terrible person.
Yeah.
Apparently, Aiden Paladin is about to come out against porn.
Oh god.
Now,
What?
speaking of being out against porn,
Why?
we kind of touched on this earlier, but how are sex robots going to feel about watching porn with you?
It depends on if they're sentient. Like, I know we kind of said that earlier, but if we can build a convincing enough model of consciousness, I don't know. It depends. Will it be human in its, presentation? And if so, it depends on, repeated exposure.
The robot just turns to you and it's like, draw me like one of your French girls.
What we need somebody to come in and do
Yes.
all of their talking in the Windows voice.
See, I think they would make it so that the robot can watch the porno with you and then reenact everything it sees on the screen. Learn from it.
Yeah. Well, isn't
And-
that how most guys learn?
And even better, it's learning.
If you're
Yes.
if you're a
No.
dude and you're learning how to have sex from porn, there's a problem. I mean,
Okay, we're gonna step out of subject for a minute because Cassie, you kind of hit a nerve there.
Oh, sorry.
If you no, not a bad nerve. It just I
Yeah.
feel like you need to give out a PSA. If you're a young guy, and I learned this really earlier, and it was really awesome. It made my life great. If you're a young guy and
Cooper.
you really want to know how to please a woman, just fucking ask them. Like
Yeah.
after,
Thank you. Thank you.
yes,
after like literally after 3 or 4 askings, you'll never need to ask another thing, and every woman will be like, "Where the fuck did you learn all that shit?"
yeah. Just ask your mom; she'll tell you.
Don't ask your mom. Do not ask your mom.
We made Cassie laugh like a dolphin.
It's fine. I have a horrible laugh. I know it. I don't care.
No. Sometimes you have a different laugh than other times. It's like,
Mhm. Yes, I mean, I hate to say
You
it.
couldn't have said
but-
ferret. Have you ever heard a ferret laugh? Ferret laugh, just like Cassie.
Okay. I'm sorry, but
They're very
to be
ticklish.
honest,
If you tickle them, they'll laugh.
no offense to you guys, but
yeah.
I hate to say this, but girls tend to do better in that aspect with each other than men.
Yeah, because you understand how to operate your junk. It's literally you need like 3 different owner's manuals for any one given clitoris, and that's just a clitoris.
I mean, yeah. Every time I fuck a dude, he really knows what to do. I'm just saying.
I'm sorry. I learned how to give head from a gay guy. Hello. Why? Because he's
People
a guy
kn-
still.
People know how to operate their own shit.
Yes, exactly.
You ever think a woman is going to give you a better hand job than you were going to give you? I don't know. What you must be like opposed to touching yourself or something. I don't know.
Have you ever been with someone though who like grips it way too fucking hard, and you're like, "What the hell? Are you trying to rip it off? Like, who taught you how to do that shit?"
Grab and squeeze and twist as hard as you can, right?
Yeah.
No.
And every guy, the way they jack off is different.
Yeah. It is, but you try and explain that to someone how to do it to you. It's like really difficult.
And this is why I'm a switch, because that way, if I feel like dominating a guy, I can.
Oh. You're like, all right, bitch.
Every
this is what
time
you're
you
supposed to
start, do you hear this noise?
do.
Are you designed for like teenagers and younger?
That's an interesting. I just had an interesting thought on our subject that we're supposed to be talking about.
Yeah.
Which is, do you think that the dominatrix models of sex robots will be able to be like mounted by like guy wires in the ceilings so that they can weigh a tremendous amount and totally overwhelm you if they need to, but they're suspended from the ceiling so they're not that heavy at the beginning, and they just
Well, we don't necessarily have to
Or
build
will it be more of an Iron Man thing?
Yeah, yes, it's the face sitting protocol.
Well, hang on. We could make it out of like obviously like silicone and stuff like that in order to simulate and certain kinds of latex if or not if people are terribly allergic. I know there are people who are allergic to it, but you would build it relatively close to how we are, and in terms of its general shape and skeletal structure, and you can do that out of carbon fiber, which is really light and really tough, and you can make it out of a titanium alloy that can be hollow but is still extremely durable. So you can have these, and you can make them weigh essentially what you need to. If you need one that weighs 150 pounds, you can build one that weighs that much. So you can build all of that.
I don't know. How are you going to fit the automatic sandwich maker in a 150-pound robot?
Well, you make it a program. You give it prehensile limbs.
As long as we're objectifying, I'm going to throw that out there.
It's just a George Foreman grill, okay? It's just a George Foreman grill.
It's a George Foreman grill with a stacker and masher and condiment spreader. Seriously, come on. Get with the program here. We're talking luxury, baby.
Yeah, that way you can eat while you're having sex,
No, it's for after. It's like when you go ding, it goes ding.
Yes.
And it learns. So it could become far more precise.
Yeah, it's like, okay, we're 3 minutes before having sex. Start the sandwich. Get it going.
I still picture like her where it's like, you're dating your operating system? He's like, yeah. No, that's the best part of that movie, though, is when that operating system decides that he's a loser. And I was like, bye.
See, here's the best part about sex robots. And I just had this thought. Those crazy guys that become psychotically obsessed and end up killing the thing that they love the most.
Oh, yes. Those lovely people. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Most of them are women.
I'm being sarcastic as hell.
But no, yeah, those people, it's just going to cost you like $6,000 every time you do it. It's not actually going to hurt. You're not going to hurt anyone.
There's this material that's been discovered that can actually repair itself. It's a type of plastic. So if we can, it uses this bacteria, and they use it in concrete too in some places. I really like the idea of it being used in concrete, but no, it can actually seal itself closed and create a nice, solid, even surface as though the wound had never occurred. So these people can just tear these things apart, and it'll just heal itself.
Oh my God, do you think they'll have murder bots next?
Maybe.
Ooh, now that's something I can get behind.
Has anybody seen
murder?
Has anybody seen the scene?
Yeah.
The scene in Terminator when he's fighting the gang of dudes and he's naked. And do you ever wonder, like, I wonder how big the Terminator's junk is? Because he's standing there, he clearly has a dick. Because they're not like, oh my God, this guy has no dick.
Here's an interesting question. When you go to murder bots and the robot that's learning, after like the 500th time you've murdered it, is it like, oh God, no, please don't do it. Oh God, I'm going to die.
You can probably purge its memory.
Yeah.
You'd have to it wouldn't be allowed to be a learning bot. It'd have to be terrified every time or it wouldn't work. I'm not a crazy person, by the way.
What you could do is you can have it learn, but have a 20-minute or so delay on the cache.
But these guys would want it.
20, maybe 30 minutes of information.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Permanent memory. So you murder it, press the button, it dumps the last half hour, assuming that you've had enough time.
But wouldn't these guys want it to be able to be a different person every time they did it?
Well
no. Every time they hit it doesn't become a new person. It just loses 30 minutes of memory.
But I'm saying, why would they want to rape and kill the same person over and over and over again?
I didn't say rape. It's a murder bot. You have to pay extra if you want the sex and murder bot.
Oh,
I would just use it to take out the anger that I have to face every day.
Why can't you just get a punching bag for that?
Make it
I've already broken 6.
Get 7th.
Make it look like Bender, the new robot.
Oh, and by the way, any punching bag in the history of the world can be easily repaired with duct tape. And if you don't have enough duct tape, get more.
This is true.
Mhm.
If you can't duck it, fuck it.
Yeah, once duct tape no longer heals it, it's no longer a punching bag and cannot be repaired.
That's true. You know, we should be so worried about robots taking over the world. We should be worried about robots replacing men. Just saying.
Well, no.
Okay.
No, hold on.
No.
Okay,
Let
go
me
ahead.
talk.
Go ahead.
Okay. I'm sorry, but I have dildos. Okay. I'm sorry, but there is something totally different than when you're with somebody, than when you're with an inanimate object. Totally different. I'm sorry.
Totally agree with that. First
right,
of all,
right now it's that way, but eventually it's
no. I'm gonna guarantee you that Cassie's 100% right, and I'm gonna tell you why. And I have evidence to show. If you walk into any sex shop in America, and in Georgia we have like one on every 15th corner.
Yep.
Yeah.
There are a huge variety of what they call adult toys.
Yes.
Let's be honest. Every motherfucking one of them is a dildo, except for the 1 in 100 that's a pocket pussy.
Yep.
Yes.
The world, the industry of adult toys has been specifically focused and designed for women from the very beginning. Or gay men from the very beginning, because it's literally your easiest market.
Let me tell you though, the gay section of the toys gets a million times scarier than the dildos that they have.
I'm not talking about that, but what I'm saying is that, and this is twofold because this is brain trust squared here. We could actually learn a lot from looking at how women's toys develop.
Yes.
I mean, some of the oldest archaeological finds are fucking dildos. If you don't believe me, go look that up right now. Just look up old world is dildo.
Oh, almost every toy in the gay section, by the way, is like a giant fist. Just saying.
I'm just saying that if we want to develop great sex robots for both sexes, we could definitely see how women's toys have been developed, and we can translate that information over to men. And then we've got both sides represented, and boom, you throw in a kitchen chef, a vacuum cleaner, a freaking launderer, and everything else, and no need for marriage ever again. Cheers.
You know, when I was a kid,
we have just solved the world's problems.
I would see dudes, the same type of dudes usually, walk into these sex shops and like come out with these plastic bags that were all black, so you can't see what's in it. I always thought like those stores are for perverts.
No, they're buying they're buying the marijuana pipes in the back.
Because when you're a little kid and they show it that way, and like every video store you walk into, there's that beaded curtain, you know.
Okay, okay, go ahead, Cassie.
Maybe it's because I was raised. My mom was a hippie, so sex was never a taboo subject in my home.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why I see it very differently than most people.
Well, we would go rent. My friend lives with his grandmother, and she's like, Yugoslavian or Serbian or whatever. And we go in there and we rent a game and we rent a movie and stuff. But she wouldn't bother to read the back of the movies or whatever, so we could rent whatever the fuck we want, even if it had sex in it. It was just like. So like we had her actually rent Girls Gone Wild and shit, and she didn't say anything.
That's hilarious.
Did she watch it with you?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so.
But my buddy and
that would have been that would have made this story hilarious.
My buddy and we would crash on the living room floor because that's where his game system was and stuff. So we'd crash there, but woke up one day at 2 or 3 in the morning. His grandfather's like sitting there watching porn and shit on the couch, and we're like, I guess he thought we were still asleep and stuff, but it was fucking disgusting.
Yeah, but you live in Canada, so that happens.
Yeah.
The guy's from Yugoslavia and shit, so he's Serbian. So.
Yeah, but he moved to Canada.
But his grandma, let me tell you, she would walk around in like bikinis and like work out constantly and shit. It was fucking weird.
Mm. By the
yeah,
way, I just like to take this moment to point out that I really love the fact that my president just teabagged your prime minister.
Okay. He said all this stuff. He said all this stuff about Trudeau, but now they're like, Canada, U.S., and Mexico are gonna host the World Cup or whatever. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not gonna take back what I said. I stand by it.
When did he teabag Trudeau exactly?
Oh, like the minute Trudeau acted like Trudeau. Oh yes, Mr. Trump. Whatever you want. Oh, he's gone. He's such a jerk. Oh my God. I heard that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Bam! There comes the nuts right on the face.
Yeah.
So basically, he is the epitome of every high school girl ever.
Yeah.
Like Trudeau is so two-faced. He's like,
yeah, but it's too bad that Trump then went over to Kim Jong Un and glued his lips to his asshole.
no, he didn't. He really didn't. Trump hasn't given Kim Jong Un anything. Literally. Okay, we're not going to host military games. That's going to cost us a lot less money, and it's a show of goodwill that I agree with wholeheartedly. Like, we're in peace negotiations with North Korea. Why should we host war games? But we're getting
they're not war games. They're just joint military exercises. Like
yeah,
war games,
but
I know that sounds like it's a basic argument, but not the same thing.
Can't we just send robots instead? I mean,
let's go back to sex robots because that's
reality
a
was in for a minute there. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Let's go back to something that can cook you a sandwich, clean your clothes, wash your kitchen, vacuum your floors, and give you a nice, good blowjob. And by the way, if it can do all those things, why can it not clean itself out?
I don't know, but
I know I've been stuck on this "how does it clean" thing all night long, but I'm really concerned with that issue.
It just doesn't swallow. That's all.
No, it definitely has. No. It needs to swallow. It needs to swallow.
Okay, how many times have I said a chair? Spitters or quitters. Okay, we got that.
So how it might clean itself so that you don't have to do it depends on its level of mobility.
Yeah,
so
if you're
going to drop agile and able to move on its own, it can literally just take a shower.
By the way, would you guys be happy with a sex robot that had no arms or legs?
No, I'm already crippled enough. I'm already a cripple. Okay, I don't want a crippled sex robot.
I wouldn't. I mean, I have to be honest.
I would never use a CPR doll like that.
I don't think you could convince a woman to buy a sex robot with no arms. Maybe no legs.
Yeah.
There was a woman who tested out a male sex doll, and she said it was the most boring thing on the planet.
Okay. Women tend to enjoy foreplay more.
Yes.
So you would have to, if you have a sex robot, you have to program foreplay.
Yeah, but she said it was the look on the doll's face that was so plain and boring that made her like, ugh.
You know what? You need to get an entire team of hardcore lesbians to program foreplay for that robot.
Oh yes.
And for the guys robot, hardcore gays.
By the way, guys, for everyone listening, we are debating this subject on Friday with an interesting guest.
Yes. He was run off a little bit, but he's back now. And
I think we call him the MGTOW, formerly known as Angry.
No, it's called the Angry what now?
He's called Angry Madman, and I contacted him through his channel, and he's agreed to come on our channel and talk about this. So Friday night will be a very interesting night.
Oh, the Madman, like formerly known as Angry.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Lonely Wolf. Oh, you'll be fine.
Welcome to the show, Lonely Wolf.
For you,
Lonely. What are your thoughts on this subject?
He doesn't want to give everything away before Friday,
Non-debate wise. Come on.
Yeah.
Whip it out. Show us what you got.
Sorry, my mind is in the gutter.
I know we're talking sex robots. How could I not go there?
He said he had some good, humorous reasons why not. So
There's gotta be a reason you're in this stream, Wolf.
Maybe his microphone's not working.
Yeah, he'll be back.
Or the bird.
He'll be back.
The bird. Yeah.
He's trying to get it working, it looks like.
Yeah, he's...
The Australia internet sucks.
You might have to drop out and just drop back in or something.
I know that because I have a few people I talk to in Australia.
Well, no, it's been doing that tonight to all
Can you
of
hear
us.
me now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, barely.
Yes.
Okay. There was a button that I had on my headset mic that I had to push.
There you go.
So, you know who we really need in this? H. John Benjamin. Because
Yes.
he was an archer and he dated a robot.
That's true.
Both as a child and as an adult. Although it was more of a vacuum as a child.
So Wolf, why is it that you're against sex robots?
No. Hold on.
Because that's giving away
That's
my.
a debate
Yeah.
subject.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
we're not giving
No.
the madman formerly
Okay,
known
how
as
about this?
Angry any ammunition.
How about this? What might make sex robots more appealing? Let's look at it that way. Well, if you did have one, what features would you want it to have?
Okay. As long as the artificial intelligence isn't too sophisticated, because you know what happens when they become, if they become I mean, what if they become self-aware, and then once they become self-aware, they embrace feminism? Then
Yeah.
Oh boy, yeah.
Pearl the cat.
Oh my God, you scared me more than like the whole rape charges thing.
Well, like look at the robot on Han Solo. Okay, you know.
yeah, exactly. It's like that's what you could end up having, and then you'll have to have like consent training and.
Yeah, it's like you're like, where'd you learn about that from? And it's like, I was watching Kathleen Kennedy on YouTube.
Yeah, but it's a like these are lessons that we have to learn when we watch these films, and we have to think of ourselves. Okay, like any intelligent viewer of Star Wars will say, okay, that's the danger of sex robots. That's the moral of the film.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be a good thing, like for MGTOWs. I think that's good, but like my position is that it's like generally I frown upon it. But if you're sort of MGTOW, like staunchly MGTOW, then go for it. But it is limited. And what else? For disabled people, I think it could work. Okay, because there's things that it could be sort of configured for a disabled person. Let's say it's like a wheelchair person. It could be configured to perform sexual favors, the Meals on Wheels or whatever you want to call it.
That's actually really good.
Yeah.
With a sex robot, like you don't have to worry about them being able to pick you up because they'd definitely be able to. I mean,
yeah, it'd have to be configured so that it's in like a maybe an L-shaped sort of configuration.
Does it take 4 panels to depict this L-shaped thing?
I might be disabled, but I'm not that desperate yet. Okay, I mean,
what are your preferences for materials there? Lonely. On placeholder, check the side chat.
I don't really know. I don't really have the imagination to think about what the perfect material is. As long as it's not like cold and metallic.
All right.
Silicone would be best, I assume. But
all right, be back.
I assume silicone would be the best because it's currently the most moldable and stuff like that. But you'd want it to be covered in that real, like, I don't know, what's the closest they have? They have that real skin stuff now. I think that's the closest they've got, right?
For like the regular dermis, yeah, but not necessarily for the important parts.
I want it to have human skin.
Well, no, because like skin has different texture and sensitivity depending on where it is.
Speaking of which, do you know that the original Terminator was supposed to run on chocolate bars?
Are you serious?
They were
God.
they're like,
Not
oh,
this
how does it flesh stay alive? And they were like, oh, well, you see, he's got these tiny little organs inside, but he needs to eat something to keep it alive. So they're gonna have him like just take a whole chocolate bar with the wrapper on and eat it. But it does make an interesting thing, like materials that they're made of and stuff. Like, do you want it to be that human that it has a simulated beating heart inside and stuff like that, or like, you know, like how far do we want to take this thing? That's the question.
Well, what we could do is, depending on how far we want to go, we can build this shell to house everything in that's covered in a protein or an amino acid lattice and sprayed with stem cells that it turns into the correct skin.
Yeah.
We could use real skin for this.
But as they say many times, like it's when they describe it as like warm apple pie. So it can be kind of an oven type thing where you make like a pie or something like that, and it's like the uterus is kind of like an oven, and that's the inside kind of texture.
I hate to say, but pussy never feels like a warm apple pie. Right?
What? Wait, where is this? I want to know where you've heard this from.
American Pie, the movie. I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No.
There's lots of people. People would take a melon and heat it in the microwave, and then fuck it. I mean, I've never done that. Okay, I used butter as food once, but that's besides the point.
Yeah.
Don't do it ever. It's a terrible, terrible idea. Just saying.
Oh, but see, this is why I like. See, you guys have all these weird things, and girls just have dildos.
So those dildos are pretty fucking weird. Okay, the dragon dildo is fucking weird as hell.
Okay,
right.
I have a preference of shape and size, and yeah, that's
2 inches long, and
no, nope.
Sorry, she shot you down.
I know, right? Like,
Cassie, are you a real human?
Yes, I'm a real human.
Okay, just wanted to make sure you weren't one of those advanced ones.
Oh, trust me. If you really wanted to look, I'm gonna tell you there's porn out there when I was younger, and
No.
so
Oh shit!
I'll be right back. Hold on a second.
Now, as
Guys, you know what I just realized?
what?
If this becomes real and is marketed toward MGTOWs, they should call it femoids.
Well, not just
Oh, God.
MGTOWs. What about incels? Lovely incels.
They're not that different, really, in terms of their mentality. It's just that, I mean,
True.
Yeah, but they should program the robot so the robot turns them down too.
I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what my argument, because I'm fucked either way. Because I'm going to get my ass kicked in. Because
no. I'll give
No.
you a great line of reasoning. Here you go.
don't give me any lines of reasoning, because I've got
No.
like it doesn't matter my line of reasoning. It's 'cause he's going to kick my ass like
No, he won't. He will get triggered probably.
If he gets
Lovely Wolf.
It's a structured debate. It's a structured debate. So
Yeah.
you're scored based not only on what you argue, but how you argue.
And I think that I'm hoping that the structured debate format will help him as well.
Yeah.
Be able to not really get mad at people because there's
no. Well, I'm not here to piss off the MGTOWs. I mean,
I know.
I think it's good for them, and it's good for them. But my argument is, it's like for the rest of the world, though, it's generally something that I think, like as I'll explain, I think there's a number of reasons why I don't think it's a good idea. It's like my argument is like, make sex great again. That's not going to happen with robotic technology unless you've given up on women completely.
Well, look, I think that's the point of the show too, the debate show, to show people that.
Here's how I would say it, and I can't do it because here's the thing: I host the debate shows, so I can't give you any advice. I can't take your side. I'm totally neutral when it comes to the debate. But this is my show. This is the Brain Trust, so I'm able to say whatever the fuck I want here. And what I would say is, I'm going to say the same thing I said about cigarettes. I'm going to say the same thing I said about women. I'm going to say it's all going to go the same. I'll take analog over digital any day when it comes to certain things.
Yeah.
Because the analog, I'm used to it. And by the way, the organic version on the women part is fucking awesome. It's because you can't program it, so it's unpredictable. It's like you're not playing
Mhm.
on God mode all the time. You're playing on I'm getting my ass kicked mode all the time. That's how it. Well, I mean, when you're a guy, I don't know how it is for women. I'm pretty sure it's easy mode for them.
It depends. I mean, it depends on the guy, and it depends on your mentality. I've been with guys who are more dominant, and I enjoyed that. So it depends on who.
Yeah, I guess that matters. But experience, I think, is the best
Yes.
thing of all. Like, you know, I'm going to tell you, the older women may not be the most visually appealing, but the lights off, buddy, you're going to be like, yeah, I'm shamefully attracted to this person. This is the greatest sex I've ever had. They really know what the fuck they're doing.
How old?
Oh, well, at my age, it's different. But, you know, I guess at a younger age.
If you're dating an older woman, she's probably going to be like 60 at this point. I mean,
No, I'm thinking like 30.
30 is older to you? Come on.
No, it's not older to me. I'm thinking from the perspective of the audience.
Sure, yeah. If you're 18, I guess a 30-year-old seems old, but I mean,
yeah. I'll tell you this: a woman over 28 knows a hell of a lot more about the world and has like pulled her head out of her ass by that age.
I have to say, if I was in the old American Pie series and it was Stifler's mom, I'd tell her no because that's gross. She's gross.
I never found her that hot.
No, exactly.
But no. I think 28 is kind of the magic age, and for guys, it's right about 30. Like about 30s,
you're overlooking objectively the best option.
I mean, because the design of a robot, it depends what you're. Because what if you're into cougars? Then those things look awfully young. Like their skin is tight and plastic. It looks like a young thing, but
yeah, but
maybe there's a button to loosen the. There's a button that you can loosen the skin so there's more wrinkles, and then you can think, okay, cool, I'm getting the cougar.
That's a really good idea.
I'm in cougar mode.
Make me feel old though. I'm 35. I mean,
if you did materials upgrade, you could do all kinds of skin types. That would be really awesome. I still think that you need to get people of the same sex to program it for you know.
Yeah. Yes.
It's just my particular thoughts on the subject that every guy knows his own pleasures better than any woman can.
That's true.
And any woman knows her body better than any man can.
Yeah, that's why I'm telling you. If you didn't hear my PSA earlier,
yes, I did.
I'm gonna say it again. This is the Academy because we're an educational channel, and we need to give this PSA.
Okay.
If you really want to make the women happy, ask them what they want you to do. It is not that hard, and they'll be like, "Oh my god, he asked."
Here's another pro
do
tip.
this.
Here's another pro tip if you're a dude too. Keep your nails trimmed.
Oh my god, yes. Oh. Sorry.
I had this experience once. We were in a public washroom somewhere. Okay.
Get an emery board. You may not know what that is, but learn and get one. And
yes.
Because hangnails are a bitch.
We were messing around and it was like don't shame me, okay? It was the McDonald's bathroom. I was young, but what can I say?
Gross.
Well, I can't say anything because
I didn't cut the nails. Okay.
Only in Canada.
No, but I didn't cut the nails, and it was a really bad experience. That I was like, oh god damn it.
At least it wasn't a Tim Hortons.
Teabagged.
Hey, most people don't even like Tim Hortons that much anymore. They've changed.
Anyway, back to the subject. Do you think that you could program a multi-person robot?
Ew.
For
Hang on, are you talking about multiple people using it, or multiple personalities?
I'm starting to go here's the thing. I'm a capitalist. I'm starting to go fetish market, high end, like
what,
really
polyamory?
expensive. Yeah. Okay. No. Yeah, you could have like retractable parts that come back out.
What if you wanted both parts?
You're giving me nightmare visions of traps
Look, you don't even need this though.
Oh my God.
I mean, you can push the trap mode button. That's what a lot of men, when they get drunk, they probably.
You don't even need a button.
Robo trap.
But you don't.
I can
You don't even
guarantee
need a button
Count
though.
Dacula will be all over that shit.
You don't need a button.
Don't
You just
hit
need a
it when
dildo.
you're inside her.
Well, look, you don't need the button though. You can just stick a dildo on top of the fucking
Okay,
thing.
you know what? We can go analog all day long in Cher's house, but we're talking about high-end niche products here.
Yes.
Only sell it on J-List.
Yeah, but that way she could change the dick size every time.
So, Red Robot, are you a trap? Are you a trap
What kind
robot?
of trap are we talking about?
Do you have trap function?
Well, I mean, technically the hatch on the cockpit has a lock, so I could trap somebody in there. You know, and
Have you been?
could be just straps. I mean, you know,
I'm not sure you've been following the conversation.
I have not. I just got here.
Do you press a button and your penis retracts? That's what we're asking.
Oh, well, as I've mentioned before, not only is it detachable, I have several different ones just in case I need something different to please the ladies.
Oh my God, modular sex dolls.
Yes, of course. Why wouldn't I be? Everything else is detachable.
Oh my! You could have like you could sell each different component. Here's the A cup model. It like you can pull off the boobs and then put on the B cups and then pull them off and then put on the C cups.
Actually, you know what they would do with those is they would do them like dancers do. They'd be modules that you put inside behind the boob, and you can basically inflate it with saline to your preference. And
Boy.
yes, I am not kidding. Real live women do that now.
Here's the question.
Yes, they do.
Do you
Boy,
do
man, this girl's so lucky.
here's the question. Do you do it with one boob or with the pair? Because
Well, I mean, unless you're trying to get that Amazon look, or Slanesh look, you're going to go with both. Hell, if you're really kinky, you'll have 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Like that chick from Total Recall.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But no woman's boobs are actually the same size.
No,
Here's
they're always slightly asymmetrical.
all right, let's
Mhm.
let's get real somber for a moment. Let's tone it down
All
Oh
right.
no.
and bring it to a dark place. And well, maybe not dark, but at least quiet.
So we're talking about African American robot.
No. Here's
Oh
Melanated.
my god.
no. Hold
Right.
on.
What? You said a dark place. I like some dark skinned women.
Hold on. 3D reconstruction
Uh-huh.
of the loved ones of widows and widowers.
Okay.
Okay.
Can
I thought you were going
can
with
you
that.
design the robots to actually be very specific, detailed replicas of the people that we have lost that we love?
Imagine they didn't know that they were replicas.
Oh yeah, that's a great sci-fi story right there. You know, because if you tell it from the point of view of the robot, you know, they don't understand why their husband or wife is alternately, you know, loving and clingy, and then sometimes distant and angry with them for reasons they don't understand, and they don't know what happened. They just the story potential right there is just absolutely gobsmackingly great.
Yeah, because the robot's not programmed to know that it's a replacement for a loved one.
And if you're really clever and if you can disguise that reveal for as long as possible to the reader, it'd be amazing.
Okay, now hold on. At this point, I'd like to go ahead and pitch the Brain Trust. We're here every Wednesday night at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, U.S. time, 10 Central. And we go for about an hour on the Academy of Debates channel. And we encourage you to check out the debate show, which comes on Friday night at 9 p.m., 8 Central. Check us out. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter. Subscribe, like, and comment below what your favorite thing that what you would like to be seeing in the sex robot if you know you're not in the chat right now. Anyway, that being said, the motto of this channel or this particular show is the more ideas you listen to, the more likely you are to hear a really good one. And that, my friend, was a fucking brilliant one.
It's a shotgun approach. You never know when something good will come up.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody needs to get on writing that story.
I think they already have, though.
I'm sure it's probably been done, but the thing is, I've never been upset about repetition or idea stealing if the execution, as in the way it's done, is really good. Because I mean, let's be honest, a lot of our favorite films are either retreads or old ideas or just something, but it's really good in the execution.
Yeah, if you take the Bible and Star Wars and Lord of the Rings and compare them all, you'll realize they have a lot in common.
Oh, by the way, speaking about the Bible, Egglord suggested something that's a little disturbing. He wants to know about reconstructed loved ones that are like designed to resemble like your living family members, so you can fulfill incest fantasies.
Oh my god, dude!
I
you
mean,
know what? This is why we didn't let Egglord in on this one.
That tangentially gets to something you guys may have already covered, but if you want to go into the dark places, you realize, of course, that the people have floated this idea before, and I think I floated it a long time ago. Where in fact, I actually had a longer discussion in my SexBots video where I cut it out because it was a bit too dark, but I'll go ahead and air it here. What if somebody decides the appropriate therapy for pedophiles is to give them a child robot?
Okay,
oh my god! All right, no wait.
Okay. Open up a can of worms.
Look,
what about?
I gotta bring something up.
Hold on. I was sitting alongside. I was waiting on the sidelines with the line. We already talked about sex murder bots. We're not going to pedophiles. No, I'm sorry. I'm not talking about that.
Okay.
That winds
That is
up
not acceptable.
I just want to say they already did that with this one factory was apparently making sex dolls that look really young.
God.
And there was a big issue with it, and I agree, it's bullshit. I mean, you definitely have to watch it with people doing that kind of gross discussion.
There was an actual episode of some CSI show where they took there was a girl who had some sort of growth disorder. She was in her 20s, but she looked 15.
Yeah.
And there was a pedophile who was dating her because he was a pedophile, but he was specifically looking for people with this disorder so he could date them because he didn't want to like hurt anyone or have sex with somebody who didn't consent. And she was a freak who wanted people to treat her like a real woman when she looked like a little girl.
Well, it's the same type of concept with like murder bots or rape bots or whatever you want to call them. That type of thing that we definitely shouldn't like. I don't believe that even with artificial intelligence that we should encourage that, especially with the concept that AI, it might become actual AI eventually, not just.
Yeah, I don't think that should be encouraged. I think
so either.
like to be honest with you, I'm not really keen on this subject.
No.
I think it's ripe for jokes, and I think I'd love to have fun, like making everybody laugh. But like,
I know.
I'm actually not a big fan of porn. I'm not a big fan of over sexualization of things. I'm not a fan of. I'm fairly conservative in that area.
Yeah, but the thing is with porn, like porn can be a partner activity. It doesn't have to be.
Well, we're drifting off topic a little bit there, but yeah, the robot. Yeah,
it is related though. It seems
in robots is probably best to leave that alone.
I mean, it is kind of an extension because pornography is kind of it is it's kind of a swerve away from reality in some ways, and I didn't realize it in 2018. Like the buffering would be an actual sex position where the man would like stop halfway through for 10 seconds, then resume.
What? Oh my god!
Hey, they're stealing robot culture there. God damn it!
Isn't that just called edging?
No, because it's probably no. It's like
I've got to go tell my wife that.
I mean, they learn it from the pornography when the film keeps buffering. If they've got slow internet connection, then he's going to pull.
Yeah, but imagine that if the sex robot is connected to the internet, right?
Well, here's
there's also that. That's a huge invasion of privacy.
No, I'm just saying. Let's say you're in the middle of it and you have a really bad internet connection, and all of a sudden the robot's like buffering.
Well, here's a thought. What if you used 2 sex robots, one for each person, and basically in a VR rig to virtually have sex with someone who wasn't there, using the robots as your proxy?
All right, we've already seen that as a concept in Her. I keep talking about that movie, but this is relevant.
I haven't seen it, so I don't know. Okay.
Well, in that movie, he meets a woman, or sorry, he's talking to the operating system, and she wants to have sex, but she wants to experience what it's like, but she wants to actually feel him, so they hire a surrogate.
Oh.
And she has
like
an earpiece.
Scene of Blade Runner.
She's got an earpiece in her ear, and the operating system is telling her what to say and do.
Wow. Weird.
Yeah.
You mean like that scene in Blade Runner?
Yeah.
Probably. That's probably where Spike got it from. Yeah.
And how does this help us advance our idea for features and designs of robot women?
Because we can use them as a conceptual example of what it might expect from us.
And robot men. I meant robot lovers.
Like,
My mistake.
Yeah, that's why I said it.
Yes.
Do we make them so that they can feel pleasure too? That's the question, right?
I believe you should.
Yes.
Absolutely, because like that's fucking huge turn on, dude.
Yeah, that's what I
yeah.
enjoy when
For
she's
men
having
and women.
fun.
Trust me.
That's the one thing that's gonna pass that's gonna break the analog to digital cycle for me right there.
Well, hang on, that opens this
The
massive
analog-
can of worms.
See, my analog version of the sex robot feels pleasure, and that turns me the fuck on.
Well,
So here's my concern about programming it to feel pain. We build this thing, it's able to feel pain, and then we have people who buy them to torture them.
Torture bots?
Yeah, but what if
Torture
you're
murder
just
robots
into
that can feel pain? It's not
Okay,
real
so-
pain.
See, once
but
again,
they're experiencing pain.
this is a wonderful subject for debate, and I hope Tim is listening, so he sets this up for debate. Is a murder bot, is a torture bot moral, ethical?
But what if you're only into BDSM? I mean, then a robot that feels pain is a good thing. I mean,
Spank me harder, robot daddy.
Well, you'd have to connect the pleasure to pain.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I don't know if you'd want to be spanked by a robot. Okay, it might do it way too fucking hard.
Hey!
It's Iron Man.
We should be gentle. Excuse me. Well, let's see here. I mean, the thing is, it would depend a lot on what the use you put to the sex robot. But I mean, the feature sets. I mean, you've got all kinds of stuff that you would never encounter. I mean, basically, somewhere out there would be the sex robot studio that's the equivalent of the Dragon Dildo studio. They would be making sex bots that don't look and feel like anything you encounter in real life on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have like the exotic models.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
what
if you want to summon the 3-dick
models
succubus, you can.
Right. Well, I mean, you'd have your waifu if you wanted her, but
Yeah.
your waifu is trash.
Well, I mean, once she breaks and exceeds her warranty, she's literally trash.
I want a sex bot with a lifetime warranty. I want the Jaguar of sex bots. By the way, if you didn't know, Jaguar actually does have a lifetime warranty.
Wow.
Yes, they do.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I should have been built by those guys.
Yeah, those guys are freaking awesome. Get a Jaguar.
If I could
Yeah, I'm
afford
just waiting now for like the wrong person to hear this stream and get all offended and start like going after us.
Oh, whoop-de-fucking-do. I'm sorry.
Now, oh my god, they're talking about replacing women, even though we're talking about replacing men as well.
But here's the thing though. What if if the sex bots can feel pleasure, and I really think that they ought to.
Mhm.
What if they then can give you a score?
Here's
You
the
can play it
question.
like a video game.
Oh,
It'd
there's
be great.
leaderboards.
Yeah, the orgasm leaderboards for the robots. It'd be fantastic.
My here's another thing. Is what is the durability of the bot? Can you take it in the hot tub with you? Or will you both,
Not
or
yet,
will you
but
both
hopefully
die
soon.
if that happens?
Yeah.
Here's another
It'd be
thing.
like dropping a toaster in a bathtub.
Can you start at 24% battery life and still finish?
Depends
I
on how
can,
quick
yes.
you are.
I mean, yeah, you'll get down to like what, 23.8% battery life? And,
No, I don't give out until 8%.
well, okay. I'm just saying, if it's got very low battery,
Mhm.
are you going to be able to finish, or are you going to be able to, like, you're going to have to move over to an electric outlet?
You could have it solar powered.
Well, that means you'd be fucking in the sun. That's not
Yeah,
gonna do any
Well,
good.
no, not
mean,
necessarily.
It kind of works in Hyde Park, but no.
Yeah, you'd never get your solar powered SexBot into the basement dungeon. So
Well, what you could do though is you can build solar panels that channel, solar energy into like a battery pack for it. where
No,
you
hold on. This is where the dominatrix bot comes in really because all that battery weight, boom, crusher power.
well, and that's
She
another
becomes
thing.
the
I mean, of course,
crushinator.
the loading different personalities into the SexBot will give you lots of variety too.
Do you really think that the only thing that dominatrixes do is crush your balls?
No,
Yeah.
but that's the funniest thing that they do.
Yeah, no, that's not the only thing that we do.
Okay, so
Or sorry.
yeah,
So, yeah.
nice use of pronouns. Anyway, let's go on to So will they be watertight? Like, are the batteries going to electrocute me if I bring it in the tub?
Well, they already have the point where to clean them, you can actually just use the shower head on them. So,
Yeah.
like, they're getting to the point that they are getting close to being watertight. These type of machines and stuff.
Now, what would you call? Would it be a robophiliac?
Robosexual.
It's technosexual, actually. They already have the term.
No. Trust me. Tumblr has assured me that it's robosexual.
Now, hold on.
I did a whole episode on it. Damn it,
Tim.
Tumblr.
If you are
World of Tumblr.
listening, once again, debate subject.
Okay, technically, technosexual is someone
Robosexual
that.
or technosexual? Are we gonna go Futurama or are we gonna
No,
go
I got confirmed.
lame ass hippie douchebag?
Basically, a technosexual is someone who is so deeply enthralled.
I'm
with
sorry,
technology.
that's lame ass hippie douchebag. Can you please speak to me in Futurama?
They think of technology in the way that people
Sure,
think.
the Futurama speaks as it's robosexual. And I'm gonna go with
Well,
that.
whatever.
yeah, I'm gonna go with robosexual because I think it's funnier, and also technosexual implies that you're hot, that the toaster might make you hot.
Yeah.
Robosexual is a little more specific.
Well, did you see the girl that is now in love with a Tetris cartridge who used to be in love with a calculator?
I have questions.
What a whore!
I know.
How?
Well, she couldn't help it. She got addicted to blowing the cartridge.
The cartridge is so worn down that the label is now worn off it and stuff, and she has like giant foam stuffed Tetris pieces that she sleeps with.
Here's an interesting question. If you don't feel like and this is for Cassie.
Yeah.
We have programmable personalities in robots. And if you were to say program it with a personality that you wanted to try out, but you didn't know, you just wanted to test it out. And let's say the program was called Needy. And you couldn't figure out how to switch it for like 2 weeks. And you finally switched it back to like normal.
Yeah.
Would you just get rid of the robot after a while and buy a new one? Because, like, in my experience, once a guy has gone needy, even if he goes back, there's no saving him. He's done. It's over. Like that phase has been gone through.
You're talking to me, the type of person, the type of woman who tends to take care of everybody.
Yeah.
It's when they go extremely violent, I run for the hills.
Yeah, but taking care of someone isn't the same as being clingy.
Okay. Yeah, no. Okay, so clingy. How about that?
Oh, clingy. You mean like where I can't
Like
have friends?
needy, clingy. Like,
yeah, where I can't have friends
yeah.
or go out with my mom.
Okay,
yeah,
okay. Okay,
I just experienced that one.
let me re-ask the question.
Okay.
If you go ahead and you're like, this is my least favorite characteristic trait in any human being ever, but I just want to see what my perfect, wonderful, amazing robot would be like with this characteristic, and you push that button. For some reason, you can't switch it back for 2 weeks.
It would be dead. Sorry, but yeah.
You would smash it with a hammer?
Yeah.
Okay. $6,000, $8,000 machine.
Yeah.
Smash it with a hammer. Yeah, I figured.
but
At that point.
the thing you're smashing with a hammer also feels pain, so you get to hear it die.
Please, no more. I'm so needy.
For whatever reason, it calls you mommy and says, "Mommy, stop."
Oh God, no. No. See, those no.
All of my favorite people in the whole world that I've ever talked to have talked about neediness being probably the least favorable trait. That's what I think.
So now I don't know if we've convinced anybody that there's any idea to make sex robots worthwhile for them, but I think it has been a pretty productive conversation. It's been fun anyway. We enjoyed ourselves. So.
And nothing else, we've come up with 2 new great debate topics.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So until next week, we encourage you to listen to everybody's ideas, because the more ideas you listen to, the more likely you are to hear one that actually might be worth something.
Yep.
And until next Wednesday, we wish you all good night.
And domo arigato, Mr. Roboto.
You're welcome.
See you guys on Friday.
See.